back to the price survey, I want to orient you a little bit to what you're seeing here on the price survey page. You see two columns, last approved prices and new prices. So after you've entered your survey prices for the first time, which is now, you have a survey due, but we will help you to remember what you entered last time by filling in these approved prices after you have some history in entering data into the price survey screen. Now, entering data in the price survey screen is actually pretty simple. You just highlight this field, and you can tap down row after row after row. So now that you've seen a little bit about how it works, I'd like to give you some advice. When you first come into the price survey, go ahead and print it. That will allow you to pencil in the prices you want to data enter when you next come back to the survey page to do your data entry step. Now, quite a few vendors in Kansas actually approach the price survey in the way I just described. They will come to the web portal. They will see that they have a survey to fill out. They will press the update page. They will then print their prices. They will then take their price sheet out onto the floor or over to another computer, fill out all of the prices, pencil in all of the prices that the WIC program is asking you to enter. They will then come back with their paper survey with the penciled in prices and go through the survey one row at a time and fill in the prices as necessary. Oops. Okay, we now have prices entered. The next step is after I've filled in all of the rows that I have prices for, I hit submit. And what that will do is it will send the prices to the WIC program for the vendor managers to review. And after you press submit, you will see this message: survey successfully submitted. That means that your prices have been sent to the vendor manager, but they haven't necessarily been approved. The vendor managers will then review each of your prices to make sure that they conform with what they think is a reasonable price, and they will mark those that they think you should reconsider. So let me go down another page here. And if they have done that, if they have rejected some of your prices, you will receive this email. It will name the price survey and let you know that one or more prices have been rejected. And then they will ask you to go back to the survey and review your prices. And so you'll click the link, the vendor portal link. That will take you right back to the vendor portal page where you will see your survey links. And then you can click on your survey and go in and see the prices that you should address. How do you know which prices to address? They have an exclamation point next to them. And you can see that here I probably accidentally entered $157. And what I meant to enter was $1.57. And so you may have one or more of these prices to address. And so address each one of those that have a triangle next to it and press submit again. Then your survey will go back to the vendor manager and he will have a chance to review your corrections. If he still rejects your corrections, he will move to another communication method on how to get the right prices in. He may call you, or he may send you an email or a letter describing what's wrong with the prices that you've submitted. And that way the two of you can come to an agreement on a reasonable price. And then your prices will be on file with the vendor manager, and he will be able to use your prices to calculate NTE amounts. So after you resubmit your survey, you will see your notification again. Survey successfully submitted. Again, please don't mistake this for your prices have been accepted. The vendor manager still will go through a routine of reviewing your prices and seeing if the newly entered prices meet his expectations. And he will be in communication with you if they don't. Okay, so that's the high-level overview of filling out your survey. Again, I'd like to stress that it's not very hard and that it's your email that you need to watch for regular communications on entering prices for new surveys or addressing rejected prices. It's all done through email, so please keep your eye on the email. So I'm going to unmute everybody again and see if there are any questions so far. Okay, so I've unmuted everybody. Are there any questions with the material I've covered so far? Okay, I'm going to remute everybody and continue with the presentation. Okay, so I'd like to give you another overview of the home page as the next part of the presentation. So I'm going to go back to the home page and just do a high-level overview of what you see here on your home page. This is more just an overview on the website itself. Again, the most important part of your home page is here with the gray backdrop. It is telling you about surveys that you have in play that you are in the process of filling out or correcting, in accordance with the emails you've been receiving. So when you log on to your vendor portal, the vendor portal automatically detects who you are and will list the surveys that you have to fill out right here. So again, I'm emphasizing that this is the most important part of your home page. But you can scroll down to see other sections. Here's the account summary. That's who I am, where I work, my phone number. So if this information comes out of date, you can go to the account management page and bring it up to date. So just put in any corrections that are necessary. You can correct your phone number, your name, the company that you work for, and set or unset email reminders. I would like to encourage you to keep this box checked. The email reminders are very helpful and keep you apprised of everything that you have to do to meet your survey requirements aspect of your contract. So keep this set, and if I hit submit, it will update the information that I changed. Back to the home page. There's also a section for announcements. And now the vendor manager at the Hawaii WIC program will enter important announcements that he'll want you to stay, that will help you keep you informed of changes in the program. So this announcement section might contain information on changes to the web page or changes in policy that the vendor manager is sharing with you. There's another section for your training registrations. So if you've been in contact with the vendor manager and he's assigned you to a class, you will see it here. So this is a class that I have coming up in the future. On September 9th, I will be taking a technical assistance training in the WIC office. Now, if I want to see all of the information on training, I will hit the Show All link, and I will see future trainings that I've been registered for and past trainings. So it's a way to help you remember your training history and your upcoming trainings. back to the home page. Here is a history of price surveys that you filled in. So over the years, as you enter survey prices for different months, different time frames, you will be able to review your survey price history here. So I'm going to unmute everybody and see if there's any questions on information covered so far. Okay, everybody's unmuted. Are there any questions? Okay, I'm going to remute. And give you a bit of a wrap-up. Now, one of the most important things to remember about today's training is the URL that was on the slide earlier. I'm going to go back to that slide. This URL, https://www.highwicvendor.org. That is how you get to the vendor portal. Now, once you're there, it's important to remember the email that you've registered as your login. That will be your username. The email that you register will be your username. And keep track of what your password is. And then the next most important thing is that once you log on to the vendor portal, it is this section here that is telling you what your current responsibilities are in terms of entering price surveys. So this link will take you to the survey, and this link will show you which stores that survey is associated with, store or stores. And then the other thing I would like to leave you with is watch your email. You will be receiving notifications about new surveys for you to fill out, and also reminders about surveys that you haven't submitted yet. And again, you will get regular reminders at 15 days, 5 days, and 1 day, just to make sure that you have enough notification to fill out your survey in a timely manner. Now, please fill out your surveys as soon as you can, because your survey information is important for calculating accurate not to exceed amounts that are applied to the checks you submit to the WIC program for reimbursement. One last time, I'm going to take everybody off of mute and see if there are any questions. Everybody's been unmuted. This will be the last question and answer period, so if there's anything at all that you would like to ask, please do so now. Are there any questions?
So Brian, we have a question for you.
Sure.
Can you submit the price survey without filling in a price for all the items?
Yes, you can. But your blank price might be rejected by the vendor manager.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Well, that concludes today's presentation. I will be ending the slideshow and the call within the next couple minutes. So if you do have any questions, now is the time to ask. There are lots of people on the phone who can help you with good answers. Well, thank you everybody for attending today's class. Today's training is ending right now. I'll stop the call and the slideshow here and encourage you to contact the WIC vendor at the Hawaii WIC office if you have any questions in filling out your survey, which is due quite soon.